So hi there and welcome to Red Corner Boxing. As always, we are live. So again, welcome to Red Corner Boxing. You're with Jammer Mr. Neutral with our special guest, Håkan Johansson, all the way from Sweden, from Håkan's Ringside Live. And we've got another very special guest in Coach Christine Lopez. How are you today, guys? Thank you for coming through on Red Corner Boxing.
Thank y'all so much.
And we're here for Mikaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan 2. Another rematch, a fantastic one for the WBO welterweight world title in Las Vegas, coming up on Sunday morning towards Saturday night for you guys in the States. I cannot wait for this one. There was a lot of drama in the first one, as we all know, Paintgate and etc. The result was not questionable. It was definitely a Mayer win. She outclassed Sandy Ryan, in my opinion, but the fight was still a good competitive one to an extent. What's your thoughts on it, Mr. Neutral?
Well, obviously pre-fight, Builders, going to be a great contest, but obviously Paintgate, don't know what happened there. Who's done it? I don't know. People are pointing fingers there and everywhere. Look, it happened, but did it put Sandy Ryan off her game plan? No. Sandy Ryan, if you go back to that fight from bell one to the end of that fight, she was the same all the way through. And it was no different for me from any other fight that she's had. As good as the performance that she put up, I just believe that Mikaela Mayer was on a different level that night. And I find it hard to give Sandy any excuses. Say, poor wee lassie, that shouldn't have happened, blah, blah. Boo-hoo. Right? It's a bit of paint. Did it do any damage? No, it didn't. Your clothes got... Oh, wait. We can replace that. Psychologically, it shouldn't have made any difference at all to the fight. And but what I saw was a very well disciplined Mikaela Mayer who stuck to her game plan, knew what she had to do to deal with Sandy Ryan, and executed it perfectly. So I'm going for no different. It's going to be a Sandy Ryan UD masterclass for me, Jams.
Mikaela Mayer, you mean? Mikaela Mayer.
Sorry, Mikaela Mayer.
Yeah.
I get after.
No worries, mate. Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Coach Christine, what's your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I agree. I don't think that Sandy was thrown off her game. I mean, she was mean. She was eager, especially after everything that happened. I think it kind of fueled her, even with the drama that she had with her coach and the manager and everything. She was like, no, I'm fighting. She had one of her coaches was not in the corner during the fight, but she carried on anyway. So I don't think that mentally it got to her, the red paint incident. And, like everybody's mentioned, we still don't know what happened. Maybe we never will. I don't know. But it did not stop her from doing what she needed to do. I just believe that Mayer did give a masterclass as well. She had Sandy's number. She knew exactly what to do to neutralize anything that Sandy was going to do. And I think it's going to be even more clear this time. I think now, like with the back and forth that they've had and some interviews that I've seen, I think Mikaela has gotten into Sandy's head a little bit. And I think Sandy is probably questioning herself whether or not she can beat her, because she gave it her all the first fight, I believe. So I do believe that Mayer is going to get her hand raised again, but it's going to be clearer than it was before.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. I think Mikaela Mayer is going to absolutely just dominate this fight. I've got a lot of love for Sandy Ryan. She's a great fighter in her own right. But there's levels to this game, and I believe Mikaela Mayer is levels and levels above. I'm sorry to say. The first fight, she had the best go she could give. I can't see her doing anything different to make any dent on Mikaela Mayer's skill set. I think she absolutely walks this to a wide unanimous decision. I think much further wide than the first one. There'll be no controversy about anything. This will just be a clear Mikaela Mayer domination for me. Håkan.
The first fight I thought was very close. I had it Mikaela Mayer by a round, and I know that Mikaela Mayer has a rematch clause for this fight. So if Sandy wins, we gonna see a trilogy. But I believe that Mikaela Mayer takes this the second one too. But I think it will be very close. So I think I will go for majority or split decision for Mikaela Mayer.
Okay, that's fair enough, Håkan, thank you. The last one was one of the most watched female fights of all time, I'm led to believe. Like something like 970,000 views. I've seen this earlier, I've seen it a few times. Do you think this one might top them kind of numbers, guys?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I do.
It could well do.
I believe it could do that in the US, but not for the UK when it's 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, well, it'll be 3 a.m. because the clocks go back on Sunday, so it'll be 3 a.m. by the time it starts.
You have a point. I did not think about that. Absolutely.
But what's good? No, but actually, in purest forms, being at prime time in America, that's where Mikaela Mayer is going to get all of her support system. From very few from outside of America. To be fair, she'll have people who like her work in the UK, Australia. The traditional Western countries, but it's just, if it was in the UK, it's just disappointing for the US fans, watching it at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. It's not the same atmosphere, it's not the same vibe. It's sort of, like we got the Canelo fight coming up. He's fighting at 6 in the morning. We're watching it at 4 a.m. and you guys in the USA are watching it at 10 o'clock prime time.
Yes.
11.
Just to get to that, whatever it is, to get to that prime time peak viewership worldwide would be in America. So, and obviously Mikaela Mayer, she's had some pretty dodgy decisions in the UK, when she's fought before. Jonas.
That's very true.
I can't remember the other last season. Got really rough. So I think in America, they will. It's better judging for me for in its purest form to judge the fight.
And I will say, I did wake up at 3 o'clock, to watch the Tierra and Sky fight. So I think there's going to be some hardcores that do wake up, from over there and watch, because Sandy's their girl. So hopefully that's the case.
Yeah. Me and Mr. Neutral will be doing a watch along on Red
Corner.
Absolutely.
A lot of fans from the UK will watch it from 3 a.m.
Yeah.
No, but it's not, obviously nowhere near is what the UK fans would do if it was like 10 o'clock in the UK.
11,
Sure,
that's where her major, support network is at them times. It's hardcore at 4 a.m., and very few casual fans, close family friends, that sort of thing, that's connected to the boxer. Very difficult. But for peak viewership, it's got to be in America.
A good couple of cards on the undercard as well. We've got Brian Norman Jr., haven't we, fighting? And we've got
can't wait for Brian.
So I'm looking forward to both of them guys getting in the ring. About time Norman Jr. fought again, to be honest.
Well, it's mandatory. He had to put it off through injury. He's back. He's in the ring. There's no excuses. Watch him do a job. Saturday night. Bang, bang, bang. See that, Brian Norman Jr.? Mark my words. He's one of the best inside box fighters, in the pocket fighters, welterweight. And for me, him and Boots is the one to make. Let that marinate, because that's going to be a super fight. Trust me.
Yeah, the Norman team turned down $2 million for that, didn't they, before?
1.7.
Going back to
it's all financial nonsense.
Yeah.
Sorry, going back to the full card, I think that Top Rank hasn't done enough to sell the fight. The ticket sales hasn't been good, and the tickets are very cheap. Ringside was very ringside when I checked last week most tickets have gone, but the price for the tickets is half of the price of a normal UK card.
Wow.
So I'm surprised of the price for tickets for this show.
But traditionally, New York, they wait for the last minute. You know, it's last week's. They just boomed last week. Again, the price drops down even further. Just want to go to the chat there for a second, guys. Big up, Ra. He's back again. He says, "Good afternoon, Miss Lopez." He says, "I'm Team Maya. She actually paid me a compliment when I interviewed her. Gives me the treatment I deserve, unlike a certain rival of ours." We know who you mean, Ra. You're a top man. Don't know how Maya ever made 130. Both ladies are big welterweights. That's another thing. Could Maya join that 135 elite division with the ladies? Baumgartner's there. Solanos.
Well, she will be. She's at 130 at the minute. Super feather.
So she could well go up soon enough. I like the needle between them. None of them. Says none of this. Let's all be friends nonsense. Absolutely great. We'll hope Rice is alongside ringside, steps to both of them at the end. I don't think the loser will still be in the picture. Price, he means. Norman Vines to wait for people. Oh, shut up, you right. Yeah. Right, enough of that nonsense. Over to you, Jams.
Yeah. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. We've all got our predictions, haven't we? So we're all going for a Mayer win. I think we're all in agreement. She's the far superior boxer. Sandy Ryan's got the heart of a lion. Yes. She's a great warrior, a true athlete, and she deserves respect. But Mikaela Mayer is just on another trajectory. She's another skill level above. And we're all going to see what she does Sunday morning
to
the
UK,
Saturday night to
Sandy.
the US. There you go. But we do love Sandy Ryan. We're not dissing her.
We do. We hope you do well, darling. We really do.
If I was one of them Ricos who backs the Brits, I'd be saying Sandy Ryan, but I tell the truth. So there you go. So on that note, thank you so much, Coach Christine, for joining us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, gentlemen. I love y'all. You're great.
God bless you.
Christine, I hope I see you Sunday.
Make sure everyone checks out Women Crushing It Wednesdays. Every Wednesday.
We'll be
3
there.
a.m. UK on In the Ring with Christine. So make sure you check that out on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button there. Hawkins Ringside Live for some shorts from live shows. Mr. Neutral on X and Jam's Boxing Chat. God bless, and we will see y'all guys soon.